Okay, hello everyone. Welcome to today's live class for Isometric Core. So briefly, those of you who joined me for the Isometric class a couple of weeks ago, we're going to be holding positions today specifically for the core, just to essentially create or improve or maintain some more strength in the core. So we have 6 movements, seven holds to do. I'm going to cycle through those a few times. Before we start, just make sure you've got some space. Just make sure that you are in a position to do the class today in terms of your health and fitness. If you have any questions over your health, then please get those answered before you join in. But otherwise, let's get to it. We're just going to do a couple of movements to warm the core up, and then we're going to go straight into it. So let's get on. So if you just stand up, and all I want you to do is just rotate side to side at the hips. Okay, next I just want you to reach for the sky and reach so hard that you can feel a stretch in the core, and then one knee up, elbows down, just to do a bit of a sort of core strength movement, if you want to call it that. And then we go up again, reach the sky, feel the stretch in the core again, and then we do the opposite knee. Okay? And as you reach up, you should really feel a stretch in the core. And really crunch when we're bringing the knee up. One more. Okay, let's just go back to those rotations. Okay, let's do those one more. So reach up, feel the stretch in the core, and crunch. So big stretch, big crunch. One more after this. Okay, good. Right. So we have, as I've said, our 7 exercises, and I'll give you a few pointers along the way. They're going to be 45 seconds holds with a 15-second sort of transition, so we're not rushing into the next movement or hold. And I will time those on my laptop, and as I say, I'll give you a few pointers as we go, but generally just best to watch what I'm doing really, and follow after me. Okay, so let me start my stopwatch. Okay, so I'm just going to demonstrate this first one, and then we'll start that stopwatch. So the first one actually we did in my last class. I call it sort of a low dish, because we're going to make a bit of a dish shape. So what we're going to do is lay on our back, okay, and we lift the legs off the floor slightly, we place the arms out here, and then we can feel immediately that our core begins to work hard. So that's our first one for 45 seconds. Are we ready? Off we go. Now this one's quite a hard one. We're starting off with quite a hard one. You can make this easier by bringing the legs up a little bit higher. The more you lower them, the harder this one gets. And you may want to sort of cycle between the two. You might want to bring the legs up to have a rest. Slowly lower, that's okay. If that becomes a little bit tricky, you can just bring them up. The whole time the core is contracting anyway, so that's what we want. We've got 10 seconds to go on this one. And it's really important with all of these guys, don't hold your breath, just breathe in and out normally. and relax. Okay, 15 seconds. So next one we're going to do is a standard plank with the elbows down on the floor. Okay, I'm sure you've all done this one before, so let's get to it. Elbows down on the floor, feet out behind you, and we're just holding this position. So notice how my hips are not down here, they're not up here, they're staying in between my shoulders and my heels, and I'm drawing that stomach in towards the sky, and I'm breathing in and out normally. Just feel the core working. Good, 20 seconds to go. And you can make this one a bit easier if that's too hard, and just place your knees down. Just make sure that you keep a nice straight line, again, between your knees, your hips and your shoulders. Draw the stomach in and you can still feel that. There's still got the core working there. Okay, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Next one we're going to do, this one looks quite hard, but actually it's not too bad. So it's called a V-sit. So not yet, in about 5 seconds. 3, 2, okay, what we're going to do is lean back and place the feet out like this, and place the arms out like this. And we're just going to balance and hold that position. And you can make this one easier. You can just pop your feet down on the floor, stay in the leant back position with the arms out, and you still have the same contraction in the core. Just raising the feet just makes it a bit harder. Okay, you've got 20 seconds to go with this one. Breathing in, breathing out. 10 seconds to go. 5, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Okay, what have we got now? Okay, leg arm lowers. So with this one, we're just going to lay back down on the floor. We're going to bring our knees up into this position, 90 degrees, arms in this position here. And I want you to lay the left leg flat, but not on the floor, and the right leg flat, but not on the floor. So we're holding this position here. And breathe. 20 seconds in. And again, if you want to pause, you can come back to this position here. And in fact, let's swap to the other side now. So we're doing the opposite arm, the opposite leg. And we've got 10 seconds to go. Oh, I've got my leg down there. That was poor technique. I want to keep this leg nice and at 90 degrees. 3, 2, 1. Whew, and relax. That's quite tough, isn't it? Okay. We're going to do a left side or right side plank, it doesn't really matter. So here's what we're going to do. Elbow on the floor. I want you to face me on this one. Feet in this position here. In fact, I'm going to move up for you here so you can see my feet. And we're going to hold the side plank. Okay, so this one again, it's really important. Ankle to hip to shoulder, nice straight line. I don't want you down here like a little teapot. I don't want you all the way up here. I want you nice and straight. Breathing in, breathing out. 30 seconds in. If you just press your core on the side that's nearest the ground, you'll feel it working. And if you press the other side, on the side nearest to the sky, you'll notice it's not. So it's all the focus is down this side here. 3, 2, 1. Relax. I'm going to do the same on the other side. Now what you can do, if this one's a bit tricky, and I'll do this one because I've got plant pots in the way, so you can actually just keep the knees on the ground to make it a little bit easier. Okay, so elbow on the ground, knees on the floor. And again, I'm coming up in that position. This is a little bit easier. Still the same thing. Knee, hip, shoulder. Hold that position. Draw the stomach in. Always breathing normally in and out. Again, you can just push this side of your core closest to the ground, and you can just feel it's nice and tense, it's working. Whereas this side here, the side nearest the sky, is relaxed. So we're putting the work on one side, and then we swapped over and we're putting the work on the other side. 2, 1, and relax. Okay. One more we're going to do. This one looks quite easy, but actually I think it's quite effective, so we've put it in. So I'm going to put your hands or your fists down on the ground, okay? And we're in this position here. And all we're going to do, toes on the floor, is we're just going to lift the knees off the ground with a nice straight back. And that's all this is. So I've got my hands down on the floor now. I've got my toes on the floor. And I've just got my knees off the floor. Nice straight back. Don't arch the back, but just keep it straight. So I don't want to be here, nor do I want to be here. I want to be in the middle. Drawing that stomach to the sky or the ceiling again. Just breathing normally. About 5 seconds to go on this one. 2 and 1. Okay. And just relax. So that's our 7 exercises. Some are harder than others, which is good. We've got a good balance there. We have some variety in making it a bit harder or easier depending on our core strength. So we're ready to go. So let's just grab a drink first. We're going to give ourselves about a minute's rest. We're going to cycle through this at least once more, at least. Hopefully we can get a third one in. So grab yourselves a drink, give ourselves a minute. You'll notice I haven't got music today, for the obvious reasons. But also I just wanted us to slow this one down today. This is not a high intensity class, quite the opposite. I just want us to slow the tempo down. And I know that it's hump day today. No, it's not, it's Tuesday. Oh, okay. But it's still sort of creeping into midweek. And I just want us to slow it down a little bit. Focus on our breathing. Just focus on those holds. And really focus on the core. Okay, let's go to it again. Let me just get my timer ready. So really this is a good core workout, but just slowing the pace down, we're just able to slow the mind down as well. And I like to do all my classes, core classes, at a low tempo, so that we're just getting it right and slowing it down, because there's really no need to be jumping around crazy. So let's get to it again. I've got quite a hard one to start off with. It's going to be that lying dish, and you know you can bring the legs up a little bit higher if it gets a bit hard. Are we ready? Okay, off we go. And I'll shake a lot on this one because I find this one quite hard, so that's fine. Just breathing in, breathing out. And again, I can just bring those legs up to take the sort of, just take the edge off of this one. And if that becomes too easy, then I can just slowly lower the legs again, and we can just play with it a little bit. Got 15 seconds to go. 10 seconds to go on this one. Just keep the lower back pressed into the ground. You don't want to be arching off the ground like this. Yeah, just keep the lower back just pressed into your mat. Now relax. Okay. Simple elbows plank, so just a normal plank on our front, elbows on the ground. There we go. Feet come into this position here. Nice shoulder width stance, and we're just holding that position there. Again, we're not up here, we're not down here. We're drawing the stomach in, and we're maintaining that straight line between the shoulders, the hips, and the heels. Again, you can make this one easier. You can just come down onto your knees, but you still maintain the same position. All rules still apply. Got 15 seconds to go. 5 seconds to go on this one. 3, 2, and 1. Good. Okay, so we have the V-sit. So we're just going to take our time. Okay, so straight legs, straight arms. Okay, and again, you can make this one easier if this is a little bit difficult, just by placing the feet on the ground, but keeping the upper body where it is, because we're still engaging the core because we're leaning back, and that still is not easy. Okay, but you can obviously add the leg element in if you want to. Breathing in, breathing out. It's not easy, this stuff, so get the oxygen in. 15 seconds to go. 10, 5, 3, 2, good, and 1. Okay, so we have the one where we're going to lay on the back now, and we have one arm and one leg up, and the other arm and the other leg down, but not touching the floor, just slightly off the floor. Okay, so down we go. Bring the knees up 90 degrees, bring the arms up, right arm down, left leg down. Breathe. Okay, now we're just going to swap over, so just bring the arms back here, 90 degrees with the legs, and we're going to do opposite side. So holding that position, 10 seconds to go. This is not easy. Ooh-wee, 5 seconds to go. 3, 2, 1. Okay, so that's not easy, is it? Right, let's do our side plank. Are we ready? Remember, the knees can go on the floor for this one. So elbow down, coming up into that position there, and just breathing in, breathing out. Drawing the stomach in. Seconds to go. And again, if I start to fatigue, again I can just come down with the knees on the floor. Again, just make sure I'm coming up into that position. Yeah. Again, knee, hip, shoulders in line. You can still feel tension in the core. Still getting the same tension and isometric contractions on the side. Right, let's go on to the other side. My head might go out the shot a little bit here. No, I'm alright. Okay. That's my timer. Okay, we ready? Here we go. So drawing that stomach in. And again, I can just push down this left side of the core closest to the ground. I can feel the tension there. I can feel that I don't have that on my right side. Again, just working that one side. 20 seconds to go. And again, if I wanted to, you can just come down onto the knees if it's too difficult. And again, I'm just coming up into that same position, drawing the stomach in. And again, you can check you're getting this right. And just feel the tension in the core. 3, 2, and 1. Okay, last one. Are we ready? So again, just hands in the press up position, knees and toes on the floor, straight back, and again, just bringing those knees off the floor. Draw that stomach in towards the ceiling. Again, don't over arch, don't sort of arch the back the other way. Just keep a nice straight line. Draw the stomach in. And we have 25 seconds to go. Breathing in, breathing out. 10 seconds to go. 3, 2, 1. Good. Just pause, grab yourselves a drink. think what we'll do, we are going to go through this just one more time, but because of time, we're just going to half the amount of time we're holding each of these. Okay, so we just do 20 seconds on each one. Again, we do not need to rush this. We're going to take our time going through it, but we're only going to hold them for about 20 seconds or so. So grab yourselves a drink. So we are not rushing through this. That is not what we're aiming to do today. Just going to hold these for a little bit less time. Okay, so first one, we're laying on our back. Bring the legs slightly off the floor, arms slightly off the floor. That dish hold, if you like. Okay. Keep that lower back on the floor. 10 seconds to go. I'll shake a lot on this one, I appreciate that. 3 seconds to go. Okay, relax. Take your time. We're going to go into our next one. Elbows plank. So I'm actually going to do this. No, I'll do this side on to you because it's good for technique. So elbows down, feet out behind, just holding that position. Straight line, elbows, hips, shoulders. Draw the stomach in, breathe. 10 seconds to go on this one. 3, 2, 1. Okay, relax. Take our time. Get into the V sit. 20 seconds. Are we ready? Boom. Here we are. Good. Okay, 10 seconds to go. And again, as I've said, if that's hard, put the feet on the floor. And again, you can still feel that core working because I'm leaning back. 2 seconds to go. 1, 2. And relax. I'm going to do the leg arm lowers. So lay on our back, left leg down, right arm down. Are we ready? 90 degrees. Try to maintain that. Arms here, right arm down, left leg down for 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Come back here. Right leg down, left arm down. Okay, 2 more seconds. 1, 2. Left side plank or right side plank, you choose. Are we ready? And there we are. You know the score by now. 20 seconds on one side, 20 seconds on the other. Okay, relax. Same on the other side. Up we go. Seconds to go on this one. 5, 3, 2, 1. Last one we're going to do. Come back into this kneeling press up position, if you like. Toes on the floor, knees on the floor, hands on the floor. So just bring the knees slightly off the floor now. Draw that stomach in towards the ceiling and breathe. 10 seconds to go. 5. Okay, and relax. And that's us. Let's have a quick drink. Okay, So that's our core exercises, and you can feel that isometric contraction there, that tensing of the core, that holding all of our strength in the core, holding those poses in the body. Great for core strength, as I've said many times in this live class. So obviously that supports everything we do. It doesn't matter if you're a swimmer or runner, a cyclist, you are using that core. And just by bringing this routine in, and you can take some of these movements away, you can keep that core strength nice and strong. So let's just do a couple of stretches just to finish us off, okay? So let's lie like this. In fact, let's go down to the press up position first. And what I like to do is I actually like to place my fingertips going away from me. So one going towards you, one going out the other way. And I just come up with flat feet on the floor. I just hold this pose here. And if you think about a crunch, so a sit up, and how you sort of bring the shoulders to the knees, if you think of the opposite of that, so that would be a contraction of the core obviously, or the abdominals. So if we do the opposite of that and we do an extension, which is what we're doing here, we're bringing the shoulders away from the hips, you should just feel stretch in your core and your abdominals just in this pose here. So just stretching all of that out through this sort of extension. But it puts a little bit of pressure on the lower back. So what I want us to do now is I want us to bring the bottom up, and I just want us to bring that bottom down towards the heels and the reach out in front. Just to take a little bit of pressure off that lower back. Okay, we're going to stretch the obliques out quickly. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to place the hands behind the head down on the floor, feet flat on the floor, and the knees are here. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to allow the right foot to come off the floor as I let the knees go to the left of me, and I'm just going to bring those knees down to my left. I'm just going to hold this pose here with my knees close to the floor. You should feel a bit of a stretch. To me it's not that much of a deep stretch, but it just stretches us down through here, through the obliques. I'm just going to hold that position there and relax. Okay, come back up to this position here. And again, I'm just allowing my knees to come down to my right side, and as I do that the left foot will come off the floor. And again, actually I can feel that a bit more this side, just stretching down through here, through the obliques, and just relax. Okay, and relax. Okay, so I'll just come a little bit closer, guys. So that's our isometric core class today, or our core strength if you want to call it that. Just a few things before we go. Remember that myself and my colleagues are on the Sport and Wellbeing Twitter account, so if you have any questions you can use the hashtag DYGCoach, does you good coach, to ask us your fitness questions on Twitter, and we will respond. Also, if you're enjoying these classes, guys, if you would be so kind as just to give us a rating on Facebook. And finally, with your active or fitness journeys whilst we're on lockdown, we'd love to hear from you at Sport and Wellbeing or at southampton.ac.uk. And if you just let us know any interesting things you're doing with your sort of health and fitness and stuff at the minute, and if we feature your story on one of our platforms, we'll send you out a set of free Bluetooth headphones. So anyway, guys, that's us for today. I hope you enjoyed the class, and hope you get a chance to enjoy the weather, and all the best, and see you next time. Bye for now.